All right. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So here we are today at the Mike Brewington Plow Day in Barlow, Kentucky. And this is Mr. Brewington coming up here with his pair of gray horses. Mr. Mike has an extensive background in draft horses. He's owned pulling horses at times and did a little bit of logging. And he's done some farming tobacco with his family. Done quite a bit of farming with him. So his background is extensive, and Mr. Mike's just an exceptional guy. Getting to know him has been just a true pleasure. Uh, Now, right after lunch, y'all, which will be about halfway through this video, right after lunch, I'm going to do just a little quick class on walking plows, about how to adjust them, how to get them to set where they'll run right, and just giving a quick intro into it, nothing in depth. But I did want to show y'all that. So right after lunch, we'll do that. And before lunch, I'm just going to kind of show y'all different people plowing and everybody having a good time. All right, I wanted to show you this little clip in the video to show you what happens when you get a walking plow that is properly set. There's a few times going down this particular furrow that I'll completely take my hands off the plow and the plow will stay straight up on its own. And as we get into the class after lunch, I'll elaborate a little bit more on not keeping too tight a grip on the plow, not fighting it. And I just wanted to show y'all here, see how I don't even have my hands on it there. And see how it's just kind of bobbing a little bit. The main thing you're doing, y'all, when you're plowing with a walking plow is you're just kind of keeping it upright. If you're having to do a lot of steering and holding it one way or the other, then it's not set properly. I mean, look at it here. It's just going along on its own. And y'all watch as we make our way to the end. Now, for those of you that thought I might have been holding on to it, see my hands now? There's no hands here, y'all. The plow's set right, it's staying upright on its own, for the most part. Now, you will have to kind of nudge it every once in a while, because it'll fall over if you ain't careful. And you got to have good ground, too. I mean, if you got a bunch of rocks and hard spots and stuff like that, it ain't going to run near as good as it is right here. Mr. Brewington really had some nice ground for us to plow here. Conditions were perfect. The weather was perfect. It was just a great day. Now, I really wasn't trying to show off, well, maybe a little, but I really wasn't trying to show off, y'all, as much as I was trying to show you just how little effort there is in using a walking plow. If everything is right, if your animals is walking right, your plow points and stuff is not wore out, and you got everything adjusted, and you got good ground, I wanted to show you just how easy it really is. Now this fella coming here is Mr. Calvin Elder and his son Dave Allen and his wife Tasha. They're from over around Somerville, Jackson, Tennessee area. Now the fella here with these Bay Brabants is Mr. Kerry Burnett. He's in Melbourne, Kentucky, and his plowing at his place is going to be next month, May the 11th. It's the Brush Creek annual plow day, and the Burnett family, y'all, really puts on a nice plow day. It's a very good time. That's his son Winston on the saddle horse there behind him, and can't remember this young fella's name on the mule. But his mule and mine were the only three there, and we had to stick together, y'all. They was jumping on us a little bit. You know, all these horse people. Us mule boys had to stick together because we was outnumbered. Now this fine fella and his horses here. This is Jeff Fergie from Somerville, Tennessee. Jeff's a horse logger there, and he's been in and around horses all of his life. Fine fella. This guy here, y'all, is John Walker. Some of y'all may know him as John Steven on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. He helps Jeff log, and this is his horses Gus and Boone. And y'all, if you haven't checked out John Steven on YouTube, he's got some pretty neat stuff on there. So y'all go on there and show him a little love. Check him out if you don't care. Now this fella here is Mr. Emery Edwards. He's from Linden, Tennessee. He's working a pair of spotted draft horses for a fella. Emery also puts on a plow day in the fall. It'll be sometime in October. Put on by the Edwards family and the local feed supply. And y'all, it's a good event to go to. It's kind of like a miniature horse progress days, so to speak. They had a lot of plows brought in by vendors and collie mulchers and just all sorts of things for us to try, check out, manure spreaders, whatnot. It was a good time, and that'll be over in October. And y'all, I'll try to keep y'all updated of these plow days we're having, local. I'll try to keep you updated so any of you that's interested in going can go. Now here comes the big gray horses. This is Mr. Brewington's grays and Mr. Calvin. They've got theirs hooked 4 up to a disc, and they're just kind of pedaling, seeing how well the disc is working. And Mr. Calvin and Mr. Mike is really good friends. They enjoy each other's company, y'all. And these plow days is what it's all about. It's just getting together, talking, hanging out. There's a lot more talking goes on at these plow days, y'all, than there is work, as y'all probably already noticed. But it's just a good time for everybody to come together, get the fellowship, and just hang out and have a good time. That's what it's mostly about. All right, now it's lunchtime. Mr. Brewington and his brother Jeff, his dad Tommy, and his mother, they all fixed us up some barbecue sandwiches and some hot dogs and baked beans and had all kind of cupcakes and whatnot for dessert. It was a great lunch, y'all. I believe everybody got full and enjoyed themselves. And now here's my buddy John Walker, better known as John Steven, with his two Brabants, American Brabants, Gus and Boone. And he's striking back out after lunch. John don't let much grass grow under him. He's a busybody for sure. He's a good old boy. Come right over here. Let's start with how we hook the mule. Y'all see how I've got this hook? I've got a swivel in there. And you see this bridle, how it's got holes going left to right? Okay, that's our steering for our plow, left to right. All right, look at the side here, Marcy. Get on the side angle shot. Hold it down on the side over here. I want to see this. You see these holes and this bolt that's in it? These holes is what controls your depth. Okay, all right, now you can back up just a little bit where they can see. Back up a little where they can see all those. So here's the deal. Everything you do on a walking plow is backwards. If you move this horizontal bolt right here in this plow bridle on the front, if you move this bolt down to a lower hole, it's going to pick up on that plow and make the plow come up out of the ground. If you move this bolt further up, it's going to put more pressure on the front of the plow, making the plow dive down in the dirt, causing it to go deeper, okay? Now, the bridle on the going to the side here, the left to right is the same exact thing. If you move it over to the right, the plow, if you move this where this swivel is hooked, if you move it over to the right a hole, it's going to make the plow go over to the left. It's going to make it cut more land. If you move this bolt over to the left, I'm making sure I'm telling y'all that right. Yeah, if you move it left, it's going to make the plow go right, which is going to take less land. If you move the hitch to the right, it's going to make the plow come to the left and make it take more land. That's on the right-hand turning plow. That's what we're working with. This is a number 13 Vulcan, right hand, because it turns the soil to the right. It's a number 13 Vulcan. It's a 12-inch plow bottom. And on a 12-inch plow bottom, y'all, while you're plowing along, your furrow ought to be 12 inches wide, and your depth needs to be half of that on any plow. So if it's a 12-inch furrow, you want to be 6 inches deep. If it's a 14-inch furrow, you want to be 7 inches deep. 16-inch plow, 16 inches wide, 8 inches deep. Okay? Now, on these walking plows, you've got to have it adjusted right, or it will whoop you up one side and down the other. You just can't hardly do nothing with it. Where you hook your traces at, how short or how long you hook your traces, will also control the depth. Okay? The shorter you hook your team, the more lift you're going to get on the front of the plow, and it's going to make it come up out of the ground. In turn, if you hook it long, it's going to tend to go down and make it dig deeper in the ground. So that's in a nutshell. I mean, that's kind of how a walking plow works. And when Marcy started, come right here and I'll tell y'all the same exact advice I gave her. Because today's her first day, y'all. This is the very advice I gave her. For one thing, your plow's got to be set right. Okay, come right here where they can see it between the mules. Another thing, y'all, look right up between the team there. Come right up here at the plow, Marshall, where they can see. Look right up between that team. Kate, or Alice, on the right hand, she's my furrow mule. She's got to walk in that furrow. Kate over here has got to stay the width of that evener. She's got to stay lined up. Sometimes she'll get a little bit wide. She'll swing out to the outside a little bit, and she'll cause a plow to scooch over and start cutting wider. And you don't want that. So I have to hold a little pressure on her, make her get back over. After a team plows a lot, they'll just fall right in and walk just perfect. And the more you plow, the better they get, and the better you get, and it's just a beautiful thing. But until they do, you got to kind of hold them and tweak them and this and that. Keep your team walking right, nice and slow. The slower the better, because you got more time to make adjustments. Marcy would agree with that. You got more time to steer it. Now on steering this thing, come around this way where they can look at it from the front, Marcy. If you're standing behind the plow here like I am, when you get a hold of these plow handles, come up a little closer, don't get too far back. Don't just lock onto it and get all tensed up. That's what most people do. Get a hold of your plow handles, relax your shoulders, and just hold the plow handles with a loose grip. If you get a tight grip, it's going to wear you out, for one thing, and two, you're going to be trying to overcompensate the whole time, and you're not going to have a good time. Hold the plow handles with a loose grip and just float it, is what I call it. And on steering this thing, if you want this plow to go left, to my left, then I'm going to tilt it to my right. All I'm going to do is just tilt the plow handles right. And it don't take much, just a little bit. If I want it to go right and take less cut, I can just tilt it to the left and make it take less cut. So again, everything is backwards. All your adjustments on the front, left is right, right is left, up is down, down is up. On the driving part of it back here, left is right, right is left, up is down, and down is up. When you get to the end and you want to come out of the dirt, all you got to do is roll the plow over to the right and it'll come right up out of the ground. Or you can push down on the plow handles and it'll jump right up out of the dirt. I like to just kind of lay it over on its side to the right. That's what I like to do. Then whenever you get ready to take more land, when you come in and you get ready to get it go back in the dirt, just stand it back up on its point. It'll suck right back in and away you go. Now Marcy, this is her first day, so I'm having her stop at the end. Stop, set the plow, do what you need to do. It gives her more time to think. I don't do that. On the ends, I just roll it over to the right, come up out of the dirt, make my turn. When I get over here where I'm at, I stand it back up and keep moving. I don't even let the mule stop. This is a 12-inch plow. It's very light, and they can walk all day with it. It's a good load for my mules. They're not even sweating today. Dirt's plowing good. Mr. Brewington's been real good to us. Fed us lunch, had barbecue for lunch. It's been a really good plow day, y'all. And that's Mr. Brewington and Calvin coming there, Marcy. Get a shot of them.
Mr. Brewington in the red.
All right, y'all, I wanted to include my helmet cam GoPro footage in this for a couple reasons. One, I wanted y'all to see what it looks like up between the mules and keeping the mules lined out like I told y'all just a minute ago. Katie get wide every once in a while, and that'll cause my plow to cut wide, so I have to counteract that by steering it. The best thing to do is to keep your mules walking exactly where they need to be, or horses. Keep them walking where they need to be walking, and your plow will stay where it needs to stay. But if y'all notice, every once in a while she does get a little wide. And y'all, we haven't plowed hundreds of acres together. I mean, these are coming 4-year-old mules, and we do more logging than we do plowing. But as y'all can see, they can do a right nice job plowing too. And the other reason I wanted to include this part of the video, y'all, is because I want you to hear what I hear. I want you to hear this plow slicing through the grass and the dirt and turning over that dirt. Look down there at the plow as it's going along. Y'all can see that dirt rolling over. So I'll be quiet now and y'all just take a listen. Now y'all, one reason why I love farming and logging with horses and mules so much is because of stuff just like this, where you can hear the plow slicing the ground, you can hear the birds chirping, the trees blowing in the wind, you can feel the wind in your face. It's so peaceful and serene, and that's one reason why I love it so much, y'all. Hey. Hey. Now, one thing about getting to the end, y'all, especially with mules, horses will do it too, but mules are keen on it. When they step up out of this plowed ground, they'll immediately start swinging to the right on you. So kind of what you have to do is hold them a little to the left, a little haw, just to keep a straight furrow. If you don't, they'll kind of make a J furrow right on the end. It'll kind of have a dog leg in it, so to speak. So you kind of got to be mindful of that when you're plowing with animals, because they do get to a habit of turning when they come out of that plowed ground. Now here, I just kind of swing them toward the furrow. Alice will pick up on the furrow, she'll get right in it, and I'll stand my plow up and keep right on moving. Now, when Marcy's plowing here in just a little bit, I encourage her to stop on the ends just to give her more time to get things set and have more reaction time, if that makes sense. All right, y'all, here she is. This is my lovely wife, Marcy. And she's doing a right nice job on the plowing. She's got Kate and Alice going like she wants them. And y'all, just want to tell you, can't tell her thank you enough for all that she does. She's helped me in a lot of ways. She's my best friend. And y'all, she makes it possible for a lot of these videos, because behind a lot of the videos, she's doing a lot of the videoing and pictures and stuff like that. She tries to capture a lot of these moments for us. And for that, I'm forever thankful and grateful. She does a lot. And I, for one, am thankful for it, for sure. Marcy, tell them what, in your own words and opinion, has been the hardest challenge about this walking plow for today. Now, this is your first time on a walking plow, right? So, in your own words and your own opinion, from somebody that's never plowed with a walking plow, what's been the hardest thing for you to overcome today?
Probably steering the mule, steering the plow, not running over somebody ahead of me, and trying to catch my breath. Keeping the mule slow.
Keeping them slow.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as it looks, though, is it?
Oh, no.
If it's everything is set right.
It's just steered with the fingertips. This much pressure turns it, or makes it go deeper by lifting up.
It's real easy to overcorrect, ain't it? Now, whenever she first started, I held the lines for her, and we made about 2 rounds, and kind of got her used to just steering the plow. And then after a couple rounds, I put the lines on her and got them adjusted, and made sure the plow was adjusted for her, y'all. Kind of set her up for success, if that makes sense. And after about the third or fourth round of us going together, she was on her own, y'all, and doing good. So what I'm saying is, just a little bit of help will really help you a lot on getting into these walking plows, and it'll open up a whole new world for you. It's good exercise, but not only that, y'all, it's really it's fulfilling for me. It's more fun, and more of a challenge, but more fun, especially when you get everything right. So I hope you've enjoyed this part of the walking plow part, and maybe it's enlightened you just a little bit. I really want to thank Mr. Brewington, y'all, for allowing us to come. He's fed us. We came and spent the night last night. He, gave us a stall to put the mules in here at his place. Just hospitality is second to none, and we really appreciate him having us. I've got to meet some of y'all here at the plow day. That's been awesome. People I didn't know. Seen some old friends, made some new ones. That's really cool. I like that. And of course, being able to plow and getting Marcy started, that's really nice, because what we plan on doing next year, Lord's willing, I'm gonna let Marcy plow Kate and Alice, and I'm gonna be breaking May and June, and I'll plow them, and then she can plow these, and we'll have 2 more teams at the plow day. So that'll be kind of nice. And Marcy's learning real good. She's quick-witted. She's handled a lot of horses before, so naturally this ain't a real big deal for her. Just learning how to do the plow. And she told me, she said, well, it don't take much to make it do something. If you just tilt it a little this way or a little that. And that's the thing, y'all. A little bit goes a long way. Make one adjustment and go for a while. Don't just stop. Don't just go 5 or 10 feet and stop. Make a little adjustment and plow for a little bit. Sometimes you got to get a kind of an average of how things are going to go and see how it's going to do. Then make another adjustment and keep going. Once you get these walking plows straight, y'all, there ain't no problem. You can let go of the handles, and they'll just go right on their own. If it's good dirt and it's got a good load on the plow and ain't no rocks and all that mess, it'll just go right by itself. If you got your team walking slow and where they're supposed to be. Get back over there further now. Whoa. It's not as hard as it looks. And anybody that wants to try walking plows, I encourage you to. With just a little bit of help, y'all, it's no problem. No problem at all. I mean, you see Marcy, she just started. This is her first day, and she's on her own. She's doing good. Look, thank y'all for hanging out with us. I can't never thank y'all enough for your time. I know you got 10,000 other things you could be doing, but you're watching our videos. I can't tell you what that means to me. I really appreciate it, y'all. Thank you for your time. I pray that the good Lord blesses each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out with us on this beautiful day at the Brewington farm. And look here, I'll see you next time. Y'all take care.